Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today, as y'all can see by the title down below, I will be doing a story time about how this waiter called me a my voice cracked. About how this waiter called me a hood rat. And y'all seem to like my story time, so I think I'm gonna be doing more of these. But oh yeah, thank y'all for 100 subscribers. Like, oh my gosh, like that might not seem like a lot to some of y'all out there, but to me, it's everything. So I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for y'all support. I pray that God will bless each and every one of y'all. Let's just go ahead and get into the story time. Alright, so I will not be using code names for the guy that called me a hood rat because he doesn't deserve my mercy. But I will be using code names for the people I was with because just to like, I guess, give them some privacy. But the restaurant I'm going to be talking about is Texas Roadhouse in Grand Prairie, Texas, off of I-20. Okay, so basically it was my friend's birthday dinner. Let's call her Olivia. She's probably seeing this. Hey Olivia, love you. But yeah, it was her birthday dinner and we decided to go, well, she decided to go to Texas Roadhouse. And if you're not from Texas, Texas Roadhouse is just like a big restaurant in Texas. Like once you walk in, they play like this loud ass country music. And I don't know, I guess it's just where all like the Trumpies like to go. But anyways, yeah, and they have really good food or whatever. And so we got there, had to wait for about an hour and like 30 minutes because it's packed like literally every night, like no jokes, like it's packed every single night, which is ridiculous, but whatever. So we waited in her car for an hour and 30 minutes. But another thing, this is important. So it was the 9 of us, right? But we all couldn't sit together because they had booths or whatever. Like they didn't have any tables that were open. So it was only 6 people to a booth. So it was 5 of us in one booth and like the other 4 people went to go sit in another booth, and it wasn't like next to us or anything. It was really like in another room. So like her 4 other friends, like we just got split apart, which was just like kind of sad, but like we were just like, okay, it's fine. But I was with the birthday girl and her 3 other friends, and our waitress, his name was Richard. Yes, Richard. And red flag number 1 for me was his outfit, okay? Because if you work at Texas Roadhouse, your like uniform, I guess, is supposed to be like a Texas Roadhouse shirt with blue jeans. Mans comes in wearing overalls, a Blue Lives Matters hat, but I didn't notice the hat until later on, but a Blue Lives Matters hat, overalls, and he was just like a big guy walking like this, thinking he owns freaking Texas Roadhouse. Like, pipe down, you are a waiter. But I didn't judge him off of that. I was just like, okay, his outfit, cute, whatever. Richard was explaining to us like, yeah, that's just our policy, blah blah blah. Like he was just trying to make us feel better. And I was just like, okay, he's cool, he's cool, he's cool. So Texas Roadhouse, if you don't know, they have these rolls. They smack, bro. Like, whew, 10 out of 10. So we all sat down, we got our rolls. He only gave us 2 freaking baskets of rolls. And it was 5 girls. We can eat, y'all. And I feel like this does matter. It was 5 black girls in this booth. Yes, I think that does matter. And he only gave us 2 baskets. And we ate it with the quickness. Because we were hungry. We waited for like an hour and 30 minutes, you know? So after we finished our rolls or whatever, Richard went to go do something else. And mind you, guy was being all sweet. He was like, if y'all need anything, let me know. And we were just like, okay, bet. Like he's actually, besides the appearance, he's sweet, you know? And so he went to go do something else and we were out of rolls or whatever. And so he was just like about a few feet away. So we were just trying to get his attention. So we were just like, Richard. And like, we weren't like one of those loud ghetto black girls yelling like, Richard, Richard. Like none of that. None of that. We were just calmly saying, Richard, like trying to get his attention. And so like the 2 girls, Olivia and her other friend, let me call her Nancy. Yeah, Nancy. They were trying to get her attention, and I was just like, okay, let me try, because I could be a little bit louder. So I was just like, Richard, like, and everybody started looking at us, because I guess we were being like a little bit loud, but we weren't like ghetto with it. I promise y'all, we weren't just like, Richard, like none of that. We were just like, Richard, you know? And so we were just like, okay, cool, he can't hear us. We'll just wait until he comes to our table. So 5 minutes pass. He finally gets back to our table. Y'all, this is red flag number 2. Gets back to our table and he says, I heard you ladies. And I'm thinking in my head, all right, so we were calling you your name for a minute straight and you heard us and you couldn't acknowledge us at all. He could have been like, okay, give me 1 second, or hang on. No. This is basic customer service. If a customer is trying to get your attention, you acknowledge them. I work at freaking Panera Bread and I know this. Like, let's be for real. And the looks on our faces, we were looking at each other like, you heard us? Then why didn't you say anything? But we didn't say anything. We were just like, okay, like, you heard us. And then he said, like, y'all want extra bread, right? And I was just like, yeah. We all said yeah. And so he was all like, so who needs the extra bread or whatever? And we were all like all of us. And then he was all like, okay, so who was the first person to ask for the extra bread? They all pointed to me. And I was just like, yeah, it was me. And what about it? What about it? I didn't actually say that, but that's what I was thinking in my head. And then he was all like, you know, you're a little hood rat. And I'm thinking, y'all, as soon as he said that, I was just like, first of all, how does your old ass know what a hood rat is? Number 1. And number 2, a hood what? He said, you know, you a little hood rat. I'm thinking like, huh? And I'm just like, I'm a hood rat. Like, that's what I said, I'm a hood rat. And then he said, yeah. Like, it's just like a Texas Roadhouse thing. Whoever is the first person to ask for extra bread is a hood rat. And I'm thinking like, I've been to Texas Roadhouse about 5, maybe 4 times now. And I've never heard this. And we're looking at each other like, you know, and I said, I guess we're all hood rats then. He was like, nah, I'm just messing with you. I'm just like, looking so confused, trying to laugh it off, but deep down inside of me, I wanted to cut this man. I wanted to cut him. I had to keep my composure. And I laughed it off until he left. As soon as he left, I told the girls, I'm talking to a manager. That is not okay. I don't care what race I am. Calling me a hood rat because I asked for more bread? No. And he came back and he brought us like extra bread. Like, we all got our own baskets of bread and he put some extras in there. And I was just like, should have done this the first time, number 1. And number 2, you are not gonna silence me with bread. The rolls are good, but they're not that good. I'm still snitching. So yeah, he was just, and he made sure I got mine first. He was just like, oh, here you go. Did you get yours? Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, I got mine. Thanks. The bread is good, but I'm still snitching. He took our orders or whatever. And so we wanted to wait until the manager came. I mean, not the manager. What am I talking about? We wanted to wait until our food came before we told the manager because we didn't want him to like spit in it or something. But the birthday girl, Olivia, she texted her mom about everything that was happening, like I think while it was happening. So her mom FaceTimed her. Her mom was going, oh! Like, she was cursing and all that. And her mom basically said, like, if y'all don't tell the manager now, I'm gonna come up there. And so we were all like, okay, like, we gotta tell the manager now because, like, we didn't want her to, like, I kind of wanted her to come up there because I wanted to see something. But, so we had to tell the manager right then and there because, you know, her mom. So we were like looking for the manager or whatever, because it was just like a whole bunch of people there. And so we saw this lady that had like this pink Texas Roadhouse fanny pack, and she was walking around like she owned the place. Like she had that manager walk. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Yeah, she had that walk. And then we were like, excuse me, are you the manager? And she was all like, yes ma'am, I am. And so Nancy started telling the story, but then like I kind of just like butted in. I was just like, so Richard over there, because Richard was just like a few feet away. Richard over there is our waiter, and he called me a hood rat because I asked for more bread. And this was literally the manager's face. Like, he called you a hood rat to your face? That's literally what she asked me. And I was just like in my head thinking like, yes, to my face. Like, do you think like he wrote it down on a note and gave it to me? Like, yes, to my face. But I was just like, yes, to my face. And then she was all like looking confused, and I was just like telling her the story, like I asked for more bread and he literally called me a hood rat. Like there's nothing more to it. And I told her like him being a white man and me being a black woman, like I feel extremely offended. Like that's racial profiling. And she was just saying, okay, well, let me first get you a new waiter. And so this girl, Cynthia, walks over, and she was the sweetest person ever. And I feel like they're only being sweet because of everything that happened. Let me tell you. But Cynthia, she was sweet. We cashed out her tips and stuff. I gave her $7, y'all. I would never tip someone that much ever. Please don't come for me in the comments. But yeah, manager came back, apologized, all of that. She told us like they sent Richard's home. Anyways, so she was apologizing, all of that. She was all like, your bill is taken care of. So the waiter called me a hood rat, and we all got our meals for free. Don't be right. We were like, okay, period, free food. Free food's the best food. And we wanted to splurge and all that. We were just like, nah, let's just respect ourselves. And I'm very ignorant, y'all, and I'm gonna admit it, because all this racist stuff that's happening in America today, I always thought like, oh, that can't happen to me, you know? And God proved me wrong. And I was kind of hurt about it, but at the end of the day, like I just laughed it off, because I'm about to go to college soon. I'm going to PWI, so I'm going to be experiencing a lot of that. And I just pray and hope that I'm able to just keep my calm. Because if I were to act in an angry way or went off, they would have labeled me as the angry black woman, and I probably would have been the one kicked out. And I'm actually proud of myself of how I handled it. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching my video. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for 100 subscribers. Hug. I will be doing another story time soon, because I got a lot, y'all. But thank y'all so much for watching my video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah, please stay tuned, and I love y'all. Bye.